Getting ready for school and
I'm at school by 6:30, and I grade probably to 6:30 some nights, and then I do work on weekends as well. So I spend a lot of time, but I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, so everything has to be well planned out and organized for myself. I actually have a couple behavior management techniques in place. I have group work that they do, and they know that they're accountable for it, and they have to get it done on time. I also have reward systems, and I have, as a class, they earn marbles for good behavior, and they lose them for bad behavior as a class. And then what they do is, when they reach certain levels of marbles, they actually get different prizes, and they earn different things. And they also have a contract with me that they make the rules for the contract, and they also write the consequences. So they're accountable for it.
Don't be afraid. It's a lovely day for love. And I've been searching.
I think instructing takes most of my time. I try to get my students involved, and as I said, they have a say, so adapting to what they choose to do also takes a lot of time.
It's a lovely day. A strange cascade.
Usually I'm very familiar with my students. I have them for almost 2 years because I do teach some 4th grade for them as well. My students are very comfortable coming to me. I rarely have a problem where my student and I have an issue that can't be resolved. They'll come to me and say, I have a problem with this, and we'll work together to fix it. We're a private school, so we really don't have that. I do have students who, if they have a problem, they do come talk to me. Even after they've left my classroom, I do have students who come back and talk to me if they need advice or help. That does. Anytime anyone's absent, which right now is very frequently, I spend time making them up, whether they give me their recess or their special time. If it's a day, I try to give a period a day where there's composition writing or dear reading, so they may take that time. They usually sit and discuss with me when they're most comfortable making up the test during the day. I try to do a lot of hands-on and group work. My students in my classroom do not usually sit in their desks the entire day. They move around. I try to have activities where they move to the floor, they choose where they work, and they also have a say in what activities they do for their work. So because they get to choose, they have a higher interest in it. I actually switch classes. I teach 5th and I switch with 4th, so we actually work together quite often. I teach 4th grade language arts and reading, so we do talk about what we're doing and try to stay to the same topics and watch our planning together. There is only one there's only one class for each grade, so there's not that much that overlaps. A lot of times problems are more social issues with the students that they have, but also because 5th grade is a big difference from the other grades, there's a lot of issues with they're not used to the amount of work, or I run into issues with extracurricular activities interfering with homework. Because I do meet with my parents and they know what my expectations are, I don't really run into a lot with behavior or grades. There are some who feel that the grades need to be a little higher for their students, but everything I have is very well planned out, and they can see exactly where all of my points for my grades go. There are only 8 teachers on staff full-time, so we all know each other, and there really isn't any room for a hierarchy. Well, again, we're very small, So the principal knows exactly what happens in our classroom on a daily basis. If there's a disruption or an issue, the principal's aware of it almost immediately. There are only 8 classes. As far as the colleagues, we all know each other, and we all know what we're doing, and if we need help or if there's a problem, we usually just sit and discuss it.
And I've been searching.
I fear that my lessons won't interest my students. I try to get them involved and have fun, so I fear that one day it won't be as exciting for them. Or I guess my techniques will get boring.
Nothing else to say. It's a lovely day for
My philosophy is hands-on, and I went to Catholic school, and I know what a Catholic school classroom normally looks like. So I felt that I remember what it was like to sit in rows all day and not have any say. And I know if I sit like that, I'm not interested. So my philosophy is I'd rather my students be engaged and have fun and be able to do the work that they enjoy than sit there and be bored. Because if they're having fun, they're going to retain more of it, and they're also going to take ownership in their work. So I guess my philosophy is a little Tchaikovskyan. I know Piaget is scary, but I'm more hands-on, Chomsky, things like that. And I just want my classroom to be fun. I know if I have fun in school, then they're going to have fun too.